Hello everyone, welcome to a video here. Today I'm going to be showing you how to complete the first main brain dance you get to go through in the information mission.
Evelyn, I felt her fear. Sure got it under control quick too.
Now I struggled with this the first time round, but I figured it out now, so I want to try and pass the knowledge on that I've learned as I've gone through.
Make yourself comfortable. I need a minute to...
Listen in on that conversation, V. Could be something important.
Now, if you want to complete all the optional ones as well, the first thing to do is to watch the whole thing completely through as Evelyn, which is what we're going to do here first. As you can see on the bars at the top, we are gaining some chunks, and they will come in useful later on.
Father's a tired.
Essentially, every chunk at the top is something that we need to have a look at by the time we complete the brain dance.
In his tiny, frozen bubble.
So by watching the whole thing from Evelyn's perspective, we can sort of fill the bar up at the top with everything that we will need to look at as we go through.
Taste boosted somehow?
Stuck in some fossilized vision of a world that no longer exists. Of a world that may never have existed. We have not seen eye to eye for the past 20 years. I am quite
So yeah, we'll continue watching it here through the eyes of Evelyn. We've had the full conversation now. Or have we? We'll have to come back and have a look at that anyway.
Go back to when they first start talking. Need to hear the whole thing.
Alright, just keep pressing play every time she stops you like that. We'll go back to it at the end.
Can be stupid.
It wasn't long. Not even long enough for me to grow bored. Is everything alright? You seem tense. Edgy.
A moment. It will pass.
I can get to work on that. Just one condition.
You wish to make demands of me.
Only one. Focus on me. Oh, got any candy left? Stuff was pretty fun last time.
Bedroom. Nightstand.
I've got an idea. Be right back.
So as you can see, we're getting more and more chunks on the top now that we're going to have to go through towards the end. And this will give us the optional completion then of watching the whole thing from Evelyn's perspective.
Just a sec. Looking for the perfect thing.
Just reading these dodgy emails. As we see now, another chunk on the top. That's the data pad in his hand. Also, the weapon. We'll go through that in a minute as well, which is an iconic weapon we can have a look at later on.
It's like I'm really...
V, eye on the prize. Focus.
Warui kome. I miss this. You.
I know.
Right, so watch the whole thing now from Evelyn's perspective. Now we can go back to the beginning. Right. So as you can see, so we've got some chunks on the top visual bar and also some chunks on the audio bar as well. So let's play from the beginning. And as this opens up... Right, and we can pause there. Now we can tap on L1 to edit, or to get into editing mode. That way we can now see... First of all, we can scan Adam Smasher. We can also scan here the motion sense camera. Now, this is part of the optional part, which is scanning the security systems.
Sensors, heat sig activators, IFF.
You skilled enough to kill it all?
Mucho more than enough. Just need access to their subnet.
Then you can scan this part as well.
Alarm firmware is fresh, but saw excited birds chirping on a BBS. Something about lots of seeds fall into this sieve. Let me generate keys. I can forge their SIGs.
Now, as you can see, because we've scanned these three items now, the chunk on the visual bar at the top has now disappeared, meaning we have actually now done that part. So now let's continue moving on. We can press play again. And we can watch Evelyn make the walk across.
I said no. They'll have my head for this. Then.
Right, so now of course we need to listen to the audio layer. So by tapping on the PlayStation to R1 to come down to the visual layer, we can now, number one, listen to this sound source.
Here in a drone, ventilation and cooling, servers, gotta be. Fancy doodads in here need to be controlled.
And then once we get a little bit further down,
Make yourself comfortable.
the conversation
I need
begins.
a minute to finish. I need a minute to finish.
The program is still in the trial phase. We cannot take it to market as is.
We shall see soon enough.
Please speak with your father. He's taken a particular interest in this project. He can certainly explain the risks.
My father's a tired, visionless old graybeard who thinks nothing will change, and he'll live forever in his tiny, frozen bubble.
I should not even be listening to such things.
You will listen to this. Saburo is an adult despot, utterly removed from reality. Stuck in some fossilized vision of a world that no longer exists. Of a world that may never have existed. We have not seen eye to eye for the past 20 years. I am quite sure we want now.
Read the documentation carefully. The relic requires specific storage conditions. You must
Noted.
provide them.
In a
Heard that? Relic docs gotta be around here somewhere. Look for them.
Right, so we'll listen to the conversation part of it now. So let's go back into the visual part of the video. And we'll play it across. We know we've got a couple more chunks at the top, so let's fast forward towards those two chunks.
Only one.
So here's the first one. Okay, we'll pause that. We can see some more parts of the
Turrets. Latest scanner.
security system.
Systems all connected to the server.
Can you shut them off?
Externally, no way. Gotta get in, check out how they link into the system first. Looks like all their security systems are linked to the hotel subnet. We need the flathead. No other way to shut down these systems.
Can't get around them ourselves.
Right, and we now know, of course,
At least I'm fresh out of ideas.
there's one more chunk, of course, towards the end of the visual layer. So let's fast forward back to there. And as we'll see... Right, so we can now scan this. This is an iconic weapon.
Loaded. Safety's on. Good to know, though. Once you're in there, don't forget about that iron.
Yes, do not forget about that. When you go into the heist mission, the gun will be sat on this bedside table here. It's definitely worth picking up because you have no gun when you're on this because you have to hand your pistol open at the very beginning. And it's an iconic weapon that you only can pick up during this mission. So do not forget to pick that up in the mission. And next we need to move forward a little bit further. There we go. Pause it again and we can see the data pad now in his hand.
Manual details a special temp-controlled container. Relic needs to be kept real cool.
So, chips gotta stay in the freezer.
Yep, could damage it otherwise. Okay, switch on thermal layer detection in the editor. Should be easier to spot where Yorinobu's keeping the chip.
Right, so now we're going to switch across to thermal. And we need to bring the video back to the very beginning. Well, not the very beginning as such, but we need to be able to get to a point where we can see the areas around that we need to see where the cold temperatures are. So we know there's one coming up just now. Oh, there it is. I'm already on it. Lovely.
Oh, Donaghy's. Looks like Mr. Arasaka had something to celebrate. Really think you'll find the chip in there? No way. Temp's too low. Could fluctuate. Nice try, though.
I'll move on a little bit further. See what else Evelyn sees.
I need a minute to finish.
The program is still in the trial phase. We cannot take it to market as is.
What?
We see this over here, this safe.
Right. Grab the heat sig. Matches the spec in the docs.
Yorinobu's got the case here. Guaranteed.
We got it. Good work. Looks like we got everything we need. Quit out of the editor.
So that's all you need to do. I mean, you can continue on. The last two things to scan. Number one is this refrigerator just here.
In this project, he can
Just a fancy-ass fridge.
And then next up, the last thing to scan is right towards the end. Like I said, you've already completed it at this point in time. I mean, the main thing to keep in mind with all of these brain dances is just the part at the top of the map. And of course, that is where the bars, the chunks come on, because they show you exactly where you need to be looking in the entire video. Now, I struggle with this because I didn't really listen very much to the... I didn't listen very much to the tutorial. I'm not very good at those sort of things. I generally just skip forward quite a lot. And it does, as you can see, you can find it straight away
standard model for hotel.
exactly where you need to be. So it does tell you a lot. It tells you a hell of a lot. And last thing but not least, like I said earlier on, make sure you do not forget to pick up this iconic weapon. It will be sat just here on this bedside table during the mission. Now, if you're also going to do this mission pretty soon, check out another video on my channel where I'm going through. There's 2 iconic weapons you can pick up in this mission. That pistol, there's also a katana as well, which you're not going to want to miss out on, so make sure you check that video out as well. There's a link in the description to a playlist showcasing all of the iconic weapons and hints and tip videos that I've done, so make sure you check those out as well. Of course, if you've enjoyed this one, like, subscribe, that other good stuff, and I will see you again very, very soon for our next Cyberpunk 2077 video. Bye-bye.